Hello, today's date is July 11th, 2016, and on your left there you see the moon, and the camera is upright, approximately perfectly level. So you see the half moon looks tilted. Well, the moon itself isn't tilted, but the shadow is angled approximately 10 degrees off of vertical to the right. So that's the moon, and let's see if we can zoom in here. Ooh, zoom's working pretty well tonight. That's about as zoomed in as we can get and keep the whole moon in focus. And what I was doing earlier was I was tilting the camera to the left, and so if I simply go, first I'll zoom out the entire half moon in the viewfinder. So that is with the camera tilted 90 degrees. So there you have it, the entire half moon ish in view. We'll see if we can zoom into those craters. I like this lumpy side over here. I guess that's the part of the moon that's the cheesy side with the holes in it. Looks like that's maximum zoom right there. And that's the lumpy side of the moon. We'll zoom out a little bit and get in on the other side, the less lumpy side. Now, I was looking at pictures online, and it indeed says that the moon is tilted 1.5 degrees on its axis. I watched some YouTube videos, and these guys claim to have videotaped or taken still images rather of the moon at various times throughout the month, and they saw the moon was rotating throughout. I think actually they were saying throughout the night it rotated like between 90 and 120 degrees. So those two eyeballs right there, which you see on the side, I guess that's the face of the moon. I'm thinking those two dark spots, they showed them like way up here toward the top part of the moon up there, and then all the way down to that little quadrant right there at about 4 o'clock on the clock hour position. Of course, the camera is sideways, so the way you're seeing it, it's probably more like 7 o'clock. At any rate, that is the moon with as much of the moon as I can get in the camera, with the camera tilted to my left approximately 80 degrees. And there it is, as close up as I can get it. So I'm thinking maybe that might be like the Sea of Tranquility, where it's not lumpy right there. And one of these days I intend to capture an image of a star through the dark part of the moon. Like right here, they say that if you watch real close, you can see stars within this section. I'm going to zoom in a whole bunch right there and try to get yeah, I don't know. That's one of my goals, is to try to videotape the moon as it passes over a star, and then attempt to see the star through the transparent moon on the dark side over here. Because I've seen that before on amateur astronomer videos, where they're videotaping the moon as it's moving through the sky, and they show you stars through the dark side of the moon. So apparently the moon is like transparent. And it certainly looks transparent, like in the early evening sky before it's dark out. When you're looking at the moon, you can see that it looks, the dark side of the moon, or actually in that time of day it's the sky colored part of the moon, looks exactly the same color as the sky. And right now, of course, it looks exactly the same color as the dark sky. Of course, if you do this kind of thing and you make it bright, sometimes you can see a outline, like right there, of the dark half of the moon. You see that? So there is definitely an outline of the dark semicircle of the moon right there. And let's zoom in one more time. There's the moon. And I think that's going to be it now. I'm going to go ahead and rotate the camera back to its original position. And that is zooming in a little bit on the moon. And we zoomed in earlier, so I'm just going to do this for a little while. You can get pretty close up with this thing, about 166 times if you take it all the way to the max of the digital zoom. That's maximum digital zoom. Now if you go back to the max optical zoom, that's 83 times. The max digital was 166 times. What I wanted to show you, actually this is the moon in the sky on July 11th, 2016. As it is, the camera is upright, not tilted at all. Now if you look over here, Jupiter. This is Jupiter. If you look real close, you can see, last night you could see 4 moons. Tonight I can only see 2 or 3. So go figure. 2 of them somehow became non-illuminated.